Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Phuong Minh Nguyen and a Vietnamese Buddhist nun. Today, first of all, I would like to thank the organizer to give me the chance to present in this great conference. And today I'm going to talk about the Buddha and nature as depicted in Asvaghosa Buddhacarita. So let me start with introduction. As all of us know, the ultimate goal of the Buddha teaching is the suffering and the path leading to the sensation of suffering. But it's possible to find suitable material of Buddhist literature to describe Buddhist attitude toward nature. An account of the Buddha emphasized the significance of interaction with nature in harmony. In reality, nature supports the Buddha on the journey leading to Buddhahood. Nature helped the Bodhisattva fulfill his paramita during his countless former life. Additionally, nature is associated with the Buddha in reaching his goal during his final earthly existence. So my discussion will concentrate on the tight connection between the Buddha and nature, which saw itself in the number of occasions throughout his life, was recorded in the epic Buddhacarita of Asvaghosa, confirm the fact that Gautam Buddha had a deep relationship with nature. It serves as a reminder that both human and non-human ecosystems are fundamentally interconnected and united. So next I would like to move on, briefly introduce of the Buddhacarita. The Buddhacarita is the comprehensive traditional biography of the Buddha in Buddhist Sanskrit literature that detail his life from his birth to nirvana and the division of his holy relics. The texts were composed by Acharya Asvaghosa in early the 2nd century AD. The text consists of 28 cantos in both the Tibetan and Chinese translation, but only 14 in the original Sanskrit text. 3 well-known English translations are subjected the literary analysis method in this paper. The first one is Buddhacarita or Act of the Buddha, translated from Sanskrit and supplemented by the Tibetan version by E.H. Johnson, published in 1936 and 1978. The second is the translation from Sanskrit by E.B. Colwell, named the Buddhacarita of Asvaghosa, published in 1894. And the last one is the translation of Samuel Bell, named the Pho Shou Huyen San Kin from Chinese and published in 1883. An account of the Buddha in the Buddhacarita comprises legends, facts, and myths that are difficult to decipher. So it's suitable to follow the Buddhacarita account of the Buddha story from being born to entering Mahaparinibbana while discussing the relationship between the Buddha and nature. So let me go in some more detail about the topic. The explore the issue part, I will divide it in 3 subparts. Have a little bit mistake on the screen as you see, so kindly listen when I talked. The first one is from concept to the palace departure. The second is from finding the prince to turning the Dhamma well. And the last one is separate the Dhamma to entering great Mahaparinibbana. So let me move to the first part, from conception to palace departure. When the Bodhisattva took the conception in the mother wombs, he descended under the form of the white elephant as the Maya Queen saw in her dream. According to Johnson's translation, he mentioned that she saw in her sleep a white law of elephant entering her body, yet she felt thereby no pain. And the elephant's description is more detailed in E.P. Caldwell translation. He mentioned assumed the form of the huge elephant, white like Himalaya, and with 6 tongues, with his face performed with flowing acorn. The prince was born under the Ashok tree in the beautiful grove named Lumbini, a quiet forest with plum flowers and fruit. There were several extraordinary natural phenomena that appeared when he came to this world. At that moment, the earth shook like a ship torn by the wind, and the tree bearing flowers and perfume offered him, even though out of season. The bird and deer did not call aloud. The river flowed with calm water. The sky shone countlessly. The nauseous creatures consulted together and did not hurt each other. 2 streams of water, one uphill and one other cold, poured forth from the sky to refresh his body. The sun shone more brightly, and a clear water well appeared in the northeast corner of Royal Corner. And the effect of newborn prince on his natural surroundings were described as the kingdom increasing, while elephant and horse daily from the prince's birth. Countless hidden treasures come of themselves from the earth. Heaven reigned in the kingdom, due in time and place, with the sound of soft wind and cloud. A fruitful crop sprung up according to season, even without the labor of plowing, and the old lands grow more vigorous in juice and substance. The animals and insects are said to be contribute to his desire for liberation. Seeing animals and human suffering caused the Buddha to seek salvation. Before observing the misery associated with aging, illness, and death of human beings, the young prince noticed a plot of land being plowed and saw the earth broken, eggs broken, and insects were killed. He observed that the former, their body were full of dust and their hair was messy and sweaty. So the prince felt pain at heart. He became to aware the sorrow of this planet. Then he came and sat under the root of Jambu tree and began meditating. Thus, the root of the Jambu tree can be marked at the place he attained the first spiritual attainment. When the prince left his palace for salvation, the host Kantaka helped him go to the forest without any noise. He passed many leagues and arrived at the forest at sunrise. When he saw the deer lying asleep in quiet trust and the bird tranquilly resting, he too got restful and he felt as though his ultimate purpose had been achieved. So I think the decision to depart from the palace to live the ascetic lifestyle in the forest emphasize the great value of nature. The second part, from finding the prince to turning the Dhamma world. The changeable Lord can serve as a guide for the Buddha to reach the higher mental state. It helps the future Buddha realize the unstable characteristics of all things in this world. It mentioned clearly in the words of the future Buddha when he come Chandaka distress regard separation from him. He said that change is inescapable in moral beings who are subject to different birth. As birds collect on the roosting tree and then go their separate ways again, as clouds gather and then despair. As the tree apart from the color of their leaf, even though it's connected with them. Then he entered into the ascetic grove at ordinary ascetic. However, he mastered this person through the attention not only human being, but also the bird and beasts. They according him with most lovely welcome. Deer gave up grazing and ran to him. Peacocks spread out their tail and cried out in joy. Flock of bird and another short cried out in delight voice. The future Buddha also certified that it preferred to live a simple life in nature. The Buddha also certified that it preferred to live a simple life in nature rather than a luxury life in the royal palace. He spent 6 years in the forest, living a simple spiritual austerity. So then he realized that this cannot give him the perfect happiness. Then he come and sat down and meditation on the foot of Bodhi tree with a vow to remain there until he understood the meaning of living without suffering. When he took the seat firmly, the flock of animals and the bird absolutely no cried. The tree moved by the wind, make no sound. So you can see that it can be seen the nature has a very close relationship with the Buddha, and nature is indispensable part of the path to enlightenment. The battle between the future Buddha and Mara affect negatively to nature. The sky lost its glimmer and the earth shocked. The direction, the wind violent, flew in all directions. Star did not sparkle, the moon did not shine, and the deer and elephant cried out in pain, and they ran around and lie down. But on the contrary, all beings become full of great happiness and great light. When the Buddha got the enlightenment, the joyful earth shocked in 6 different ways. The pleasant breeze flowed softly, and the tree that fell flower and fruit in the season to honor him. So finally, the Buddha's the final result so that the Buddha made the right choice in choosing to live in harmony with nature. He attained enlightenment through nature, liberating himself and for all living beings free from suffering. It reminds us that there is fundamental continuity and unity between human and non-human environment, as spreading the Dhamma and entering great Parinibbana. In Buddhacarita, we can see that nature is at the part of nature was treats the existence of human love. The first Buddhist community, including forest dweller who lived under the tree in the forest. The Buddha walked across northern India for 45 years, practicing his Dhamma during that time. He and his community stayed under the tree in either forest or the natural surrounding monastery donated by his follower. And when the Buddha attained the Mahaparinibbana, the flower of the tree, the earthquake, great earthquake is appear, and the Buddha, and finally Buddha reached to Kusinara for his Mahaparinibbana. He lie down between the twin of Sala tree in the Sala grove of Malas in Kusinara. So after all, you can see that Buddha and nature come together. So I would like to conclude my presentation by summarizing some information. The Buddha spent practically all his life in nature. He took the birth in Lumbini Park under the Ashok tree, became enlightenment in the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, gave his first discourse at the Deer Park in Sanat, follow the Ganga River to teach the Dharma, live with his disciples in a grove, and interact with various natural and animals during his long ministries, and attend Mahaparinibbana under the twin sar tree in Kusinara. So all these great events can be found in Buddhacarita, highlight the deep interconnected between the Buddha and nature, which help people to develop deep respect for the wonder and diversity of the natural world. Moreover, life in nature helps the Buddha find the truth, not the wealthy life in the palace. So we can say that Buddha life is an excellent message about the tight connection between human and nature. So to end up my presentation, I hope the message on an account of the Buddha life will remind us the significance of interacting with nature in harmony. Thank you for your listening.